Welcome to my presentation of the coursework project on discipline machine learning. I would like to present you a project on the topic question answering system. Let's start the presentation with its agenda, which consists of goal, practicality, UML diagrams, methods and software, program interface, program realization, experiment, conclusion. The aim of the work is to develop a program that allows the user to get question answer using a machine learning method. Due to the rapid development of information technology and the continuous increase in amount of information available on the global internet, the issue of effective search and access to data are becoming increasingly important. Often a standard search using keywords doesn't give the desired result, due to the fact this approach doesn't take into account the linguistic and semantic relationship between the words of the query. Therefore, natural language processing technologies and question answering systems based on them are now being actively developed. Use case diagrams are used to display system usage scenarios and system users who use its function. The actor in the usage diagrams are marked with a human symbol, and the usage patterns are indicated by an ellipse. In the usage diagrams, I use the user actor who will use the system I developed to answer his questions. And now I will introduce usage options. Run the program, the process in which the client runs the development program to get answered their questions. Write the questions. This is a process in which the client can print the questions to which he wants to get an answer. Click the answer search button. This is a process that allows you to press the button to start the system search for answers to questions. Analyze the questions. It's a process in which the system analyzes the question for correctness. If the question is incorrect, the system issues an error of entering the question and returns the user to the stage of entering the question. Returned error. This is a process in which the system issues a message about the absence of an answer to a question. This process includes another called find answer, which searches for answer to a question on the dataset. Return the correct answer. The process in which the system returns the answer to the user's question. This process includes another called find the correct answer, in which there is a successful searching for answers to question in the dataset. Shut down the program as a process by which the user shuts down the system I created by closing it on my device. Class diagram is a structure diagram of the UML modeling language, which shows the general structure of the system classes, their cooperation, attributes, methods, interfaces, and relationship between them. To decipher this chart, I created the following classes: user, system, dataset, question, and answer. I connect them using logical connection as follows: one relation of the situation to the system from the user. The dataset is connected to the system via a part-to-whole relationship. The question is connected to the user through a relationship of dependence. The answer is connected to the system through a dependency relationship. The attribute and operation of the classes are listed below. User class, attribute, user ID, name, email, operations. Print a question, click on the answer search button. Class question, attribute, ID questions, presence of punctuation mark, presence of numbers, class system, attribute, ID system, operations, analyze question, search for the answers to question in the dataset, return the correct answer, returns a message about an absence of an answer. Class dataset attributes: ID dataset, data, availability of the required data. Class answer attributes: ID answers, presence of the answer, correctness of the answers. The purpose of the cooperation itself is to specify the features of the implementation of some of the most important operations in the system. The developed diagram of cooperation is shown in the picture, and now I will pass to its description. The user who aspires to use the development system for a start should start with the program, run the program. Next, he has to print the question in the appropriate place, which he wants to get an answer. The system analyzes questions and information in the dataset. The system starts searching for the answer to the question, after which it returns the user the answer to the question or a message about its absence. Sequence diagrams show the interaction of object order in time. This diagram is similar to the description of the previous cooperation diagram. The difference is that after the operation are completed, the QA objects are destroyed as they are no longer needed because the user prints another question that will return the system to its original state. Activity diagram is a visual representation of the activity graph. On this diagram, I do next comment. Activities with the names: start the program, write the question, the answer, search button, analyze the question, find the answer to the question, return the correct answer to the screen, return the message that the correct answer is missing, ask another question and shut down the program. Solution characters by placing them between the activities with the name. Analyze the question and find the answer to the question. Find the answer to the question and returns to the correct answer to the screen and return the message that not correct answer is available, and the last between the activities returns the correct answer screen and returns the message that there is no answer and ask another question and shut down the program. At the transition from the initial state to the run program activity. Add the transition direct from the run program activity to record question. Add a transition directory from the activity, write the question, click the answer search button. Add a transition directed from the activity, click the answer search button to analyze the question. Add a transition with guard combines a question entered incorrectly, directed from the decision symbol on the right question activity. Add a watchdog transition, no response found, direct from the connected symbol to the activity, returns a message that no correct response is available. Add the watchdog transition, answer found, directed from the connection symbol to the activity, returns the correct answer to the screen. Add a transaction directed from the activity, returns the correct answer on the screen, the desired symbol. Add a transaction directed from the activity, returns a message that there is no correct answer to the decision symbol. Add transition from the decision symbol to ask another question and quit the program. And the last one, add the transition directed from the shutdown activity to the final state. The diagram of components, in contrast to the previously considered diagrams, describes the features of the physical representation of the system. The component diagram allows you to determine the architecture of the system being developed. In this diagram, we can see the main executable file, which contains the main program, which consists of question window and the answer window. Also in the diagram, we can see the devices that are needed for the correct operation of the device system. There include computer, laptop, and smartphone, with which the user will open the program I created. Deployment diagram is a diagram that shows the computing nodes during program operation, components, and objects running on these nodes. This deployment diagram shows 5 processors named smartphone, laptop, computer, system, web window, and one device, dataset. Processor system, this is our entire designed system. The web window processor is a windows of our program. And now let's see the method and software which I use to create the system. Python. This is a programming language in which the system created. JavaScript, which combines Python code with interface. HTML and CSS, it is languages in which created and stylize system interface. Sublime Text, it is integrated drive electronics in which I write an interface code. Jupyter Notebook, it is a project of Jupyter in which I developed the main Python code. Information retrieval, the science of finding unstructured documentary information. This is especially true of searching for information in documents and searching for the documents themselves. Natural language process is a technology that helps computers understand human language. Teaching machines to understand how we communicate, it is not an easy task. Most NPL methods rely on machine learning to derive meaning from humans' language. In this slide, you can see the developed interface of my program. Also, you can see the Python, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code on which this program was developed. Now you can see the main program code in Jupyter Notebook on Python. Also, you can see realization of this code and result. On this slide, you can see the experiment of program work, which check the correct answer to each question from the dataset file. As we can see, the program works properly. Conclusion. On this coursework, I created the QA system, which can answer the customer questions. Also, I created some of UML diagrams, which override the system work. It's all. Thank you for your attention.